All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. We're going to be getting started with today's conversation. And I am, look, woosah. Let me just give you all a few moments to come in here and let me start getting things set up to send out the text to the text notification squad. Because this morning I woke up and chose violence. As you see from the title of my video, I'm not holding any punches. I know that the platforms are not going to like the word eggplant inside my title. I mean, this is the cleanest way that I can say it, and that's another one of our societal issues, the fact that we can't speak plainly anymore, that we have to do all of this cloak and dagger foolishness in order to be able to get our points across. I'm going to need you to share this video or comment, like the video, so that the video can know in the algorithm that we're not trolling, right? So come on in, come on in. Today I am going to be discussing the fact that Black men hate their penises. They hate their penises, and thus is the reason why your worth lowers when one touches you. I'm tired of playing games and um being coy about it. So I'm just going to say it plainly, just like that. So let's get the text out, and then from there, you're not captioning my word. Hold on. We're gonna get the text out, and then hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. We are. Let me get to the right profile, and we're going to get the link. Welcome. Happy Saturday, you all. Happy Saturday. How's my mic level? Let me know. And let's get into the studio. The link is up. So we're going to enter into the studio, grab the link, and then we're going to start issuing some uppercuts this morning because I feel like this is something that women need to hear. I feel like it's an idea that I've expressed in my videos, but I feel like I've been coy about it. And I'm just going to say it outright. And I want you to think about it. And I'm going to present compelling evidence for you to think about. And then, all right, I got the shareable link. Let me send this out to the text notification squad. And then we are going to go from there. Let me just do a hashtag TKO text squad. And then we shall send this out and go from there. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It has just been sent. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. And you know what? And so this is the thing. So someone is saying that the coyness has hindered us, but that's how it is. We can't talk openly. We can't talk about real topics. I was on Facebook the other day behind the scenes, and they were like, here are some topics that'll be good for you to talk about. And they were talking about some platitudes and some platypuses and some stupid foolishness. They wanted me to start talking about fluffy animals. I'm like, there's a war going on out here. You want me to start putting up some platitudes and put up some, oh, my dog ate a biscuit kind of video or some, come on. I'm like, get the hell out of here with this mess. I said, this is the type of foolishness they want me to put up? I said, no, no, no. So this morning, let's talk about it. Let me look at my thing. The text is on its way out. There it is right there. So let's get into the conversation. Text notification squad, go ahead and throw your 1010s up as we enter into the building. Welcome. For those of you who don't know, the text notification squad gets a text whenever I go live. This includes whenever I'm appearing on a news broadcast or any type of show outside of YouTube, or when I'm going to be somewhere live. Text notification squad gets first right to buy vitamin E, and you get invitations to broadcast behind the scenes. It's $1.99 a month, or $22 for the year if you're in the US, or $50 for the year, $4.99 a month if you're international. So the text goes out worldwide. That way you are always in the building whenever we start talking. All right, so let's jump into the heart of the matter. Black men hate their penises. I've been saying this for a while inside of my video, but this morning I had an epiphany. Because, I don't typically talk about white men on my channel. I don't typically even show white men on my channel. I discuss issues that are primarily geared towards Black women loving themselves and what that looks like in relationship. There are divestment channels, there's level up channels, there's channels that focus on dark-skinned Black women. Me personally, I highlight viral stories for you to take into account and reflect inward about what self-love looks like for you. We don't get into the whole, oh, you know what, we forgot to go live on these other platforms. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let's go ahead and go live. It's just that, it's so problematic on some of these other platforms. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook, and we are live on LinkedIn. So let's boogie. Let's jump into the topic. Let me go ahead and do the whole intro all over again. All right. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we look at viral topics that are of concern to Black women, that you can self-reflect in and see what self-love looks like for you or not for you in relation to the video. The videos that we show are never about the people in the video. It's an opportunity for you to look within and see what you can do in your own life that is more self-loving. Yesterday, I put up a video, right? Yesterday, I put up a video because you all know that I've been trying a new technique, right? Where we are reacting to multiple videos in a day, or in one broadcast, and then chopping that up. So for the people in the text notification squad, I already told you all that we're going to be chopping up these small videos because one lady is like, am I missing live videos? Am I missing live videos? No. But I don't want to send out a text notification every time I put up a 1 minute clip or a 5 minute clip because these platforms are pushing for us to do shorter and shorter content. Nonetheless, let's get it. Let's get it. There's a comment on the screen. Oh, how doth I get into this morning? Let's take a look. Yesterday I put up this video.
Listen, bro, the problem isn't your preference, it's the presentation. And this is the same problem with almost everybody on here.
How do I need to so basically this is my Instagram page. For those of you who are not on my Instagram page, you can go ahead and join my Instagram page. All of my links are in the description below. It's at Tanya TKO for my more personal stuff and at Tanya TKO TV for the show stuff. So I've been doing a lot of crossover, but nonetheless. So yesterday I put up this video.
That the Black girls, like, they at the bottom of the barrel for us.
Listen, bro, the problem isn't your preference, it's the presentation. And this is the same problem with almost everybody on here that says, and no one says, hey, my preference is.
So I want you, if you get a chance, I want you
right?
to
You said it,
go on and take a look at that video. I uploaded it to TikTok. I uploaded it to Instagram, and I also did a short on YouTube. I'm going to be uploading the longer version of that video today on YouTube and the rest of the platforms. So stay tuned for that. But the reason why I'm doing this video is because there was a
Black
comment.
girls, like, they just not.
This is ignoramus. His voice is even annoying. All right. How do I? Here. This is the comment right here that I want you to take a look at. All right. So this person says, is that all it takes? It's always Dusty Nicholas saying Black women are bottom of the barrel. This dude gonna be running through you ladies like water from tap on tap. All right. That's his comment. And I woke up this morning and I saw this comment and I thought to myself, as a matter of fact, I responded back to him, and you can see that for yourself. Let's see. So I responded back to him and I said, statistically, white men are more likely to marry. So let's see if when he finds a good thing, if he messes it up. Because I don't know this dude. I don't know him. I don't know what his private life is like. But I'm thinking about, first of all, when we see this comment, what are some of the flaws in his argument? What are some of the assumptions and presuppositions? What are some of those things? What are the things that he presupposes? And what are some of the assumptions? First of all, I don't want to do ad hominem attacks. I don't want to do that. However, when I clicked on this, I mean, not only is the word Mac in the man's name, not only is the word Mac in his name, but when I clicked on his profile and looked at his image, there seemed to be a layer of fine aerial sediment nestled upon him. If you understand what I'm saying, I know sometimes I do speak complicated, so let me just break it down. Fine aerial sediment is dust. I'm sorry. There seemed to be a layer of dust covering this man. He didn't look vibrantly brown. He looked a bit ashen. But nonetheless, I don't want to do ad hominem attacks, but I'm just letting you know the profile of the person who is making this statement, because at times where the message comes from also matters. So, I mean, the message is the message. We're going to concentrate on the message, but where that message cometh from a place that looked like the person speaking the message had fine aerial sediment nestled upon his epidermis. I'm sorry. It seemed a little arid, so to speak. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, nonetheless, so he says, is that all it takes? It's always dusty niggas saying black women are bottomless to battles. This dude's gonna be running through your ladies like water from top on top on top, right? And I'm thinking to myself, number one, we don't know this man. But what is the mentality of a person that comes forth and says, a person who is defending you, a person who is coming forward, a person who is showing up, that he is going to run through you? Because in his mind, right? And this is why when I put up these posts and the ladies who work in the nursing homes, the ladies who work in hospice care, come through, ladies, and speaketh your truth. Because the ladies who work in these medical facilities will they will state outright, and yeah, excuse my hair and all of that. I wasn't planning on making a video. I woke up this morning and the idea was on my mind. I'm actually getting ready to go work out. That's the truth of the matter. But nonetheless, they will tell you that the men in there with food dribbling down on their chin, who are taking their 2 little quarters, rubbing it together, trying to buy little items for the nurses from the vending machine to kind of, put their little mac, still trying to mac. You're in hospice. No one is coming to visit you. Your birthday comes and no one shows up. To me, that is effing sad. But the men who are there with the peaches dribbling down their chin, who are still trying to mac because it has not left their system yet, are primarily whom? Who do you think? Primarily black men. Because when they're young and they're virile, when they're young and they're strong and they have all of their hair and their eggplant still works, they're over there, attempting to run through you. Let's think about that for a moment, right? Because then I came out with another sentence to him. I'll scroll up. I don't understand. So listen, I said, and if we're going to talk about quote unquote running through, seems as though if a woman is going to have lots of intercourse, might as well have it with a man who statistically has more money, more power, and more likely to get married, and who isn't online talking about women who have intercourse are quote unquote ran through. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Seems black men who hate themselves consider intercourse with them to be a quote unquote downgrade for the woman. Do you think white men consider touching a black woman a downgrade for her? Think about that. Does a white man who touches a black woman, does he say, oh, now black woman, you are dirty because you have touched me? We're not talking about black men, and then we'll get into that in a moment. Because I can imagine from what it is that we see that Black men don't actually desire or covet a particular Black woman until white men show interest in her. Am I lying? Am I lying? Or am I telling the truth? We saw this with Serena, how they came out. Oh, you're so masculine and so big. You're so brolic. You're manly. Then when a white man took intro, a wealthy white man at that, then all of a sudden it was like, my queen Serena, why doth you have leaveth us, Kawina? Why? Why? We know that in his submission, and in his own internalized inferiority, that Black men already covet women who have more European DNA, who is more phenotypically aligned with his oppressor. In his submission to white men, he covets what comes out of the white man's loins. I could be more vulgar with it, but you understand what I'm saying. If a white man made it, if the white man's DNA is in it, then it looks better. It's exotic. We've heard this time and time again. We've seen it time and time again. Have we not? I put up this. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I still have the PDF open. I still have the PDF open because here, let's show this real quick. All right. So Bond University did a study on skin complexion for black women and the rate in which they get married or don't get married. It says here, shedding light on marriage, the influence of skin shade on marriage for Black females, right? I'm not really sure why this angered Black men so on my page when I talked about it in that video with the I talked about this in a video and it angered Black men for some reason. And I'm not really sure why, because this is the data that exists out there. The lighter a Black woman's skin tone, the exponentially higher rate exists in which she will get chosen by a Black man, which she will get married to a Black man. So Black men are like, oh yes, most Black men who are married to Black women. But then when you start peeling back the layers and you start looking at what is it that they are considering a Black woman, they're considering mixed women to be Black. They're considering Hispanic women who are mixed to be Black. They're considering lighter complected Black women are Black. But what I'm saying is there's a scale in which, so genotype and phenotype, let me just explain phenotype to you. Genotype is when something is expressly related to what those particular genes can produce. Me, I am Negroid. Genotypically, it is expressed on my face as Negroid genes. Phenotype is what a thing looks like. So when a person is more exotic, their phenotype can look mixed. They can have the mixed phenotype of the oppressor mixed in, or any number of people. So nonetheless, I want to get back to the topic at hand, right? Let's see if we can get back to the subject matter here, right? Firstly, the mentality of a man who automatically thinks that the option is to, instead of finding a good woman and settling down, to quote unquote run through the women. Now we have all seen dating shows, and we have all seen men who are smart and men who find a woman and he's like, yes, I feel it in my being, I feel it in my spirit, this is the woman for me, and he latches on tight and he does the right thing, right? And then we see the other men who are the perpetual players, who are continuing to go on out there and play the field until his penis doesn't work, until his hairline is pushed behind towards the back of his neck. When his body is broken down, when his blood pressure is high, his foot is all gouted up. And let me tell you something, blood pressure medication messes up his penis. Men, listen, all of you men out there who are putting up your damn barbecue images and all your fat back and all that dumb shit on social media, and you showing just how much meat and all that other dumb foolishness you can eat, please go get your annual checkups, go get your blood work done, see what's really going on inside of you. There's preventative wellness checks that you can do each year to just make sure that you're on target. But all of you out there who are putting up all your animal proteins and all that stuff weighing down inside your colon, and then surprise, surprise, you get high blood pressure. High blood pressure medication messes up your penis. It takes away the rigidity and the stiffness from your wood. And then you're out there with a flapping penis blowing in the wind. It can't get hard. And now you're trying to jump up and down on top of some woman with a noodle. Listen, take care of yourself, men. But nonetheless, he waits until he's all broken down. And then he's like, please, nah, I'm on my walker. I'm ready. I'm ready. No, come on. By then it's too late. You're on your way to the nursing home. And then women got this saying now he's looking for a nurse with a purse. Because these men, they grow up into their twilight years. And then the next thing you know, they're clamping around on their walker looking for see who's going to take care of them. Let's continue forward. Let's continue forward with my statement, right? Okay, so now here. So now the guy responded to me. So we're going to take a look at his response live on air. So Black men have this thing inside of them. Because if you think about it, right? A woman who goes and bumps her beaver, for lack of better words, who goes around scissoring on other women, or whatever it is that, that you ladies out there are doing. I can only imagine that there's a whole bunch of rolling around, breast between breasts, just rolling, I don't know how all of that works. But I'm sure you all have figured out how it all fits together. But nonetheless, women rolling around with other women. How's my mic volume, by the way? If you notice, their value does not go down. If you notice, their value doesn't go down. However, when women start letting men touch them, that's when her worth begins to decrease. We all remember growing up when girls wanted to start exploring because the hormones started to bubble up inside of there, right? We all remember how boys used to make fun of you. They would make fun of you for allowing other boys to touch you. I don't know if it's like this in other communities, so I need you all to let me know, right? Because I can imagine that in other communities that, I don't know, because when I was in Japan, it didn't really seem as if a woman's worth lowered by having intercourse with Japanese men. Now, if she had intercourse with a Black man, that's another story now. Especially once they started coming with them little cafe au lait, fluffy-headed little kids. Then those Japanese men were like, oh, and I. They were like, let's pause on this for a moment. It's like, girl, I don't know what you think you're doing, but wanai, wakarimasen, right? When I was in the Caribbean, right? When I was in the Caribbean, I remember that there wasn't that because if you listen to Caribbean songs, boom flick pan me dick, young girl come skin out ya, overjoy. You are the plum me wanna pick, you are the best one they bout ya. Hey! Okay. But in these songs, there's a a celebration of a woman being in touch with her sexuality, a celebration of a woman being able to wind down panit. And I don't think that there is the same disregard, the same lowering of her worth. But let's talk about so I want you all to pontificate with me, because the idea is still in its formation phase, and I want you to come with me along this journey as I present what it is that we're saying, right? Who are the men? Because I remember when I was in my 20s and I used to, because I was stunned, right? Let me tell you. When I was in my 20s and I used to hang out with white girls, I was stunned by how they got down. Listen, nobody said there are not plenty of white men in nursing homes. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. Per capita, the people who don't have anyone visiting them. First of all, there are going to be more men in nursing homes because they don't do what it is that they need to do, right? But listen, lady, if you're here to kind of throw your cap out, or what is that thing, your cape? If you want to cap and throw your cape, this isn't the place for it. We deal in reality here. We traffic in reality. So nonetheless, we all remember. So it started in elementary, junior high school. If you were with a black boy, you would get made fun of. Even the black boy who was with you himself would make fun of you. What does that say about a person? What does that say about a boy who would be like, your worth is
Look
lowered
at the
if I
black.
touch you? What does that say? I want to know, what, in your opinion, what does that say about a boy who would be like, your worth is decreased? Hmm. What does that say? What does it say about oh my goodness, my what does that say about what does that say about a boy and his own level of self-worth if he says your worth is decreased if you are with me? What does that say? What does it say about how he feels about himself if he's like, oh well, if even I was allowed to touch you, your worth is diminished? What does that say about him? I want to know, right? And then when I was in my 20s and I was hanging out with white girls, I was personally stunned, personally, by how they got down. Um, I was personally stunned by how they got down. For those of you who have hung out with white girls, how do they get down? I don't know how they get down now, but I know when I was in my 20s, I know the way that they got down was they expressed themselves sexually. They had intercourse with whom it is that they chose to have intercourse with. And their value in touching men, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, and these men were wealthy. I don't know, and I want you to pontificate with me. Is it because they were white women, or is it because who they were with were white men? Because these wealthy white men, and I used to come along for the ride with these girls, like on their boats and in their VIPs, and I just used to sit there like, because I had learned long ago, I learned as a young lady, as a child, that black men were not to be touched unless you wanted your worth to be lowered. And I learned that from black boys. I learned that touching a black boy lowers your worth, and I learned that from black boys. I learned touching a young black male lowers your worth, and I learned that from young black males. Young black males teach this to girls, and girls teach this to their daughters. Black men teach this to their daughters. However, I was in for a culture shock when I was hanging out with these white girls in my 20s, because I knew, oh no, girl, keep your pussy to yourself. I learned that. Don't under any circumstance let a nigga touch you, because you are going to have to deal with the ramifications of the dirt, the filth that is transferred onto you by letting a nigga touch you. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? I need you all to speak. The comments are here. Speak. But I had this culture shock. In my 20s, I was hanging out with these white girls, and these white girls, they didn't give a fuck. Well, They gave many fucks, as a matter of fact. They would fuck on the first night. They would fuck outside the VIP. Some of them would fucking in the VIP, goddamn. They would fuck in the limo outside. They would fuck more than one man in at the same time. They would be smoking and snorting and lining and all that other stuff. They would be on one man's dick, snorting, hopping up and down, then take a line off another man's dick. And you know what? And those same men would call them the next day, pop bottles of champagne with them on the damn yachts. And I'm there clutching my pearls like, what the fuck? If you saw the way these girls came in after a night, mascara fucking smudged and smeared, stockings with holes in it torn apart, stumbling and voice groggy from their high. I am not joking. They would come in a fucking mess. And then you know what these girls would do? They would get into the shower, shampoo with their pretty smelling shampoo, take the soap and wash that smudge mascara off from underneath their eyes, reapply their lipstick, go out to the beach in the morning, get tanned, and then in the night do it all over again. And I was sitting there like, smelling like alcohol, dreams, smelling like alcohol and throw up, among other things. I never seen anything like this before. But the thing that was really stunning to me was that these very same men would contact them the next day, take us all out to expensive dinners. I was just riding along for the damn ride, just looking like, what the, look, I had to put on my pearls just to clutch them. Take them out, us all out. Take us all out, buy food for everyone. Even though they fucked on the first date, even though they fucked with their friend, even though she was sniffing coke off one man's dick while riding another, they didn't seem to fucking care. So I wonder, when this black man comes out, oh, please, don't, you're talking about abort, please. If you know like I know, the clinics are not filled with us terminating. This is why when they passed that law because they saw their declining numbers in white America. So listen to what it is that I'm saying. Hear me now today. But let's get back to the story. So when I see this man with his comments, right? When I see this man with his comments,
Look at the black girls like they just not
$200 in.
Let's get this. Sorry, there's just so many commercials on this app. When we go through the comments, right? When we go through the comments and we start talking about, I don't know how to work I don't know how to work my iPhone, but I'm learning. When we go through the comments and the man makes a statement like this, and his statement is like, oh, you all are going to get ran through. Number one, why is it that a woman having intercourse and choosing to have intercourse, why is it that a person like Kitten Heels will come out and they'll be like, oh, you need to have intercourse within the first date, or if you don't go out with a man if you don't want to have intercourse with him. Have intercourse with him within the first 3 days. And these men will sit there in the comments clapping. Yeah, have intercourse yeah. But then they'll also turn around and be like, you dirty, you run through, you have high numbers, you have high body count. I mean, come on. And they say this about themselves. If your penis lowers her worth, that means that you are the dirty one. Because women rolling around with pussy, her worth doesn't go down when she's smashing her vagina against another woman's vagina. If that's how they do it. I don't know. I can imagine. I'm sorry. Okay, smush If smushing her vagina on another woman's vagina doesn't lower her worth, beating her titties across another woman's chest doesn't lower her worth. It's only when she brings a man into the mix that her worth is lowered. And then what type of man? I have witnessed that white men don't seem to think a woman is lesser than for his penis touching her. But you all can correct me if I'm wrong. You all know more about that than I do. I only know from my experience. Does a white man feel that a woman's value is degraded if his penis touches her? That's the question. You all can answer. I know that I have some white female fans, so let me know. Because I don't know if it is her whiteness that purifies her, because white men have exalted their women into Madonna status so that anything that she does is sanctified through her whiteness, right? Or if it is the white man that also degrades a woman with his penis, or, I mean, because you all remember in, I'll go, remind me, suck my D. We're going to talk about that. I want to remind myself to talk about that, right? Or is it just black men who have this internalized self-hatred? Because from what it is that I've heard, and the question also is, does a white man feel that a black woman's worth is lowered by her being with a white man, by her being with him? Is a black woman who's had multiple white male partners, do white men look at her and be like, ew, you're dirty because you have let the white man touch you? Now, I know that black men have in their minds, they're like, oh, a black woman is less valuable if a white man touches her in his mind, but he thinks he's more valuable. This is what I'm saying, the submission that they have to white men, that they are constantly, instead of exalting the women who look like them, they're like, you right, master. You is right. Your woman is the most beautiful woman out there, well, master, you right. In his own internalized self-hatred. So you all can answer some of these questions. We'll come back. We'll come back to that, right? If a woman is going to explore her sexuality, because we already talked about the hypocrisy of how men want you to be able to please them sexually. However, they don't want you to have learned how, or they want you to enjoy sex, but they don't want you to have learned what your body likes and learn how to please a partner. They want you to come in virginal with no, I mean, I saw a man talking about a woman in her 60s and how she probably got a high body count. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? You want a 60-year-old woman to be virginal? And the sad part about it is that the indoctrination runs deep, because I have a few female friends in their 60s. And in dating black men, they're still talking about holding on to the pussy, not giving up the pussy too quick. And I'm like, lady, you're 60. You still going around with this? I'm like, when does it end? When do we have ownership of our bodies? Oh my God. I'm not even joking. I promise you. I've heard 60. I even have I have an associate who is 76. And even she is talking about how you can't give it up too soon. I'm like, what the, at some point you gotta be out there and just go get your pleasure. God. So I want to know, is it different in different communities? King Kong. Oh God. Let's continue going forward. Let's continue going forward. Let's continue going forward, right? So do you think that a white man touching a black woman, if in that white man's mind, he's like, oh, a white man touched you, so now your worth is lower. I can imagine that in his arrogance, and if we know about white supremacy, right? I can imagine that in his superiority complex, that he may even feel that she has been anointed by his, I was going to say something very inappropriate. Let me keep that to myself, right? I was going to say anointed by his pink penis, but I decided not to say that. Nonetheless, In his superiority, he may even think that she is of a certain caliber, and that's why white men like her. Like if you look at how black men posit, they feel that the most beautiful black women are with white men. But when you look on the flip side and you see who black men are choosing when they're dating interracially, I don't even have to put the pictures up. You all have seen them. You all have seen them. But nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, let's get back to the let's get back. Let's take a look at his comment because he responded back to me. So let's see what it is that he has said. We'll read this live on air together, right? So he says, it's not about the women. I'm talking about him running through black women. If he's a quote unquote good man, he will make his preference a wife. No amount of money makes you a good man if you don't treat people with the due respect. But if that what you're chasing better than these dusty ass niggas who don't respect their own women, each to their own. Oh my God. When I told you that there was a fine aerial sediment nestled upon him. I mean, you can see from his writing that something is a little bit off. But if I could try to decipher what it is that he's saying, right? I can't, I don't even, let me try. I got to read this again. I got to try to read this again to try to understand. Not on about the women. I'm talking. I'll make this larger so that you can see. Because I'm trying to understand. Not on about the women. I'm talking about him running through black women. If he's a quote unquote good man, he will make his preference a wife. Let's talk about that in a moment too. No amount of money makes you a good man if you don't treat people with the due respect. But if that what you're chasing better than these dusty ass niggas who don't respect their own women, each to their own. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think he's referring to when I talked about how if a woman is going to explore sexually, she might as well explore with men who are statistically more likely to marry, men who have more power, more money, all of that. It's like, okay. And also men who don't consider it to be have quote unquote ran through. And so if he's dating, yes, let him date and find the woman who is right for him and settle down. It takes a lot for compatibility. Men act as if women are blessed by them getting married when men are the ones who benefit the most from marriage. Let's go back into Suck My D. Let's talk about that, right? I remember, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this.
Just spend $5.
Oh my goodness, what's making this sound? Sorry, there's so many things going on at once right now. There's so many different things going on at once. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just going crazy. I'm going crazy. Let's go. Hey, you hear that? Let's check these apples real quick. Hey. All right. So we have Carlos who has sent $25. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. He says 4 TKO. All right. Miss Lady sends $5 and says, sent a vid of a white woman saying social value lowers with black men. Oh my Lord. Okay, we're gonna check that video. We're gonna check that video. Okay. You sent it to me on my website, right? I'm gonna check that in a moment, right? Joy sends 111. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thank you. My knockouts are so pretty. Look at that little picture. Melanin Magic. Go girl. Angela sends $25 and says, "Good morning, sis. Loving your content." Hey. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, I gotta send my hearts. I gotta send my hearts. Thank you. All right. So let's see if we can find this here video. Let's see if we can find this here video. I gotta sign into my thing. But let's talk about Suck My D real quick while I'm looking for the video. You all remember how when we were younger, it would be an insult for a boy to be like, "Suck my D." Why is performing fellatio on you an insult? Let me tell you about this conversation. Let me tell you about this conversation that I had recently, right? All right. So, I've been on YouTube a long time, and some of the people that I met when I first got on YouTube had YouTube channels, went on to create YouTube channels, became big, branched off on their own or whatnot, right? Okay. So I was talking on the phone with this guy who has gone off to become what he says is, I haven't looked him up. He says he's become a big voice in the manosphere community, right? So we were talking about when we used to hang out back in the days. We had this, for some reason, I had such an affection for him back in the days. I don't know why. I don't know. I just had, my heart just warmed for him back in the days, right? And one day when we were hanging out, right, I had baked him some cookies. This was long before his manosphere days, right? I baked him some cookies, and he says he was, in retrospect, right? Because he had never had a woman do anything nice for him, according to him, right? And when I baked him those cookies, etc., he says he was vulnerable that night, and he would have eaten my vagina if I wanted him to. I don't, I don't know why this story embarrasses me to tell, right? He says he would have eaten my vagina that night if I wanted him to, right? And I was like, hold on, I'm trying to, so, okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna be mature. Okay. He says he was vulnerable that night and he would have eaten my vagina if I wanted him to, and all this other stuff. And it was like the nice thing that I did for him. I did for him because, he's a human being, and I wanted to do something nice for a fellow human being. And he was talking about being all vulnerable and going to eat my vagina if I had wanted him to, right? But it wasn't about all of that. It was just me doing a nice thing for a fellow human being, right? And he was like, this is what he told me recently. He was like, you probably should have gotten me to eat your vagina. Because apparently he's never eaten vagina in his whole life, but he would have done it that night, right? First of all, I ain't gonna have somebody who don't know what in the hell they doing, munching around and messing around on my nanny. But nonetheless, right? Nonetheless. And I was like, why are you saying I should have gotten you to eat my vagina? And he was like, so that now you can be like, yeah, you see that manosphere nigga? I got that manosphere nigga to eat my puss. And I was like, I was like, I was like, hold on. I was like, hold on. Hold on. I was like, first of all, performing oral sex, sharing in sexual energy with me is not a point for ridicule to you. This is my vagina. This is my sexual energy. I'm like, you coming into contact with my vagina with your mouth. Listen, me allowing you to sip of this ambrosia. Oh, no, no, honey. This is not something that I would ridicule you for. That is a privilege. Oh, sipping, listen, sipping of this cup. Oh, baby. If I consent to have a person in my realm and share sexual energy with them and allow you to sip of this juice of the gods, how can I then turn around and want to attempt to lambast you for that? I value my body. Interacting with me sexually is a gift. How could I attempt to ridicule you for sharing in that gift of sex and sexuality with me? How could I? But to him, that would have been bragging rights. Like, oh yeah, nigga, you ate my puss. First of all, puss. Anyway. Anyway. So when men are like, suck my dick as an insult, that just lets me know what you think of your penis, sir. That lets me know you don't value your penis, sir. That lets me know that you feel that your penis is an insult, that the juices bestowed inside of it from the Most High, the building blocks of your ancestors, is housed, brother. The building block, the genetic coding, your DNA, sir, is housed in your seminal fluid, sir. How can any person who loves themselves consider that an insult? If you bless me with your semen, how can that be an insult? But in the self-hatred, that which is made of his loins, that which comes into contact with his loins is not prized. That which is created, flesh of his flesh, is not prized in his self-hatred. What it is that comes into contact with that which can create new beings. Because he hates himself, he hates what he creates. Because he hates himself, he hates that which touches him. Because he hates himself, he knows that you are besmirched, that you are sullied for coming into contact with, because he hates himself. Are you hearing what it is that I'm saying? Do you hear me? It is all self-hatred. Any person who says, because I touched you, you are lesser than. Because men who look like me touched you, you are lesser than. Because I'm telling you, when I hung out with white girls, those white men would use their penis and jab all in and out of these girls, bust them up till their eyeliner drained underneath. And they would call them the next day to treat them and all of their girlfriends to expensive meals because her worth was not lowered by his penis. And what type of man who loves himself feels that your worth is? We're going to jump to a quick commercial break. After that commercial break, we're going to take a look at this video that was sent to me of a white girl saying that black men lower white women's worth or lower women's worth by having intercourse with them. I don't know what it says, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to a quick commercial and then we're going to come back with that video.
Are you tired of missing Tanya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TanyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TanyaTKO.com/text.
Hey, 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 get down, go Tanya. Hey, text notification squad. I want to give you all a shout out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting the show. Text Notification Squad, you all are the sponsors of my show, and you all help me be able to create content even when these platforms don't pay me, even when we talk about hard topics like the one that we're talking about today, and these platforms want to limit my reach. I know that there are 800 people who are going to get a text, and you come through, even like if you're working, you're driving or whatever, you get the link directly to your inbox or to your phone, your text message, and then you come through after. So Text Notification Squad, you all are the MVPs. If you want to support the show, join the Text Notification Squad. It is $1.99 a month, and you get to support a creator whose stuff matters to you. If my stuff matters to you, support. And you don't even have to spend money to support. Other ways that you can support is by commenting on the video, even if you just comment an emoji, sharing the video, sending the video to somebody who you think may benefit from the video, liking the video. All of these things support the channel. And if you have $1.99 or $22 for the year and you want to support a Black female content creator who matters to you, you can support by joining the Text Notification Squad. The link is in the description. It's TanyaTKO.com. Click on text and you can go right there and join. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I have the video. Let me get some vitamin E on my lips because I don't want to be making this video and I look like I have fine aerial sediment or ashenness deposited on me. Okay, so let's continue going forward. This woman looks like she is serious with what it is that she is saying. Let's see if we can get the right screen here for her. How are you all enjoying the show so far? Are you all enjoying what it is that we're talking about? This is not the right screen. I think this one is the right screen. Are you all enjoying the show so far? Let me know if you're enjoying it by leaving your comment below and just letting me know that it's resonating with you. You know, if you're gaining something from today's show, if it is touching you in some sort of way, let me know. So let's see what she has to say.
It's actually crazy how many times people's impression of me changes when they find out I have mixed kids. And this is no shade to this commenter, but it happens all the time. Like, let's say I meet somebody in a professional setting and they have one impression of me, and then they either add me to social media or they see me just out and about with my kids. And obviously if they go on my social media, they see my kids. And it's like their impression of me changes. My value somehow decreases. And you might be like, Michelle, it's all in your head. Like, how do you know? I know. I know because I know. Or if they're especially bold, they will say it. Anyways, I don't really know the point of this video, but just putting it out there. It's 2022. And even if it wasn't 2022, stop with the bullshit. It's actually crazy how many times people's impression of me changes when they find out I have mixed kids.
Hold on, I want to see what the thing at the top of her video is saying. It says, "No way, Michelle. I did not know your kids were mixed. Wow. This is why you don't judge a book by its cover. I totally forgot you had daughters." Well, well, well. We're going to listen to this one more time because I didn't catch the full thing the first time. Let's go.
And this is no shade to this commenter, but it happens all the time. Like, let's say I meet somebody in a professional setting and they have one impression of me, and then they either add me to social media or they see me just out and about with my kids. And obviously, if they go on my social media, they see my kids. And it's like their impression of me changes. My value somehow decreases. And you might be like, Michelle, it's all in your head. Like, how do you know? I know. I know because I know. Or if they're especially bold, they will say it. Anyways, I don't really know the point of this video, but just putting it out there. It's 2022. And even if it wasn't 2022, stop with the bullshit. It's actually crazy how many times people's...
Wow. 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 I'm sorry. I am stunned. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Wow. Wow. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is why is people's impression of you changing when they find out that you have mixed kids instead of that you're in an interracial marriage? Then the next question is she not married? Did this man or these men who inserted 2 children into her not marry her? You know what? That I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put your comments up because I don't know what to say. Because you know, these black men, they want their daughters. Oh my God. I need somebody to send me that video of the black men who were complaining because biracial black men are taking over in the NBA. Ha 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 ha. TanyaTKO.com. Click on contact. Send it to me because I need to see that video. They were sad and upset because they love to make biracial daughters. They feel that black looks better with the white mixed in. Black women look better as long as they have the white mixed in, and now they're biracial women. But they don't realize that half of the children that they make are going to be sons. But then also, why is it that they are abandoning their biracial daughters as well? They say that even though in the black community, 76% of the homes end up single parent households, right? In interracial relationships, it's over 90%. This is what I've heard, that the rate at which they abandon their children interracially is over 90%. So why is it that they're not taking care of their kids in other communities? Like, I remember when I was in Japan, I learned the word kokojin from black men who were in Japan coming over and depositing their semen into these women and leaving their cafe au lait, fluffy headed little kids over there with these Japanese women who were stressed out, not knowing how to comb their hair. And the parents who will like stay away from black men, they don't even want to see black men in the country because of how they have gone from home to home, abandoning it. Wow. Somebody says, I'm from northeastern Africa, and it's considered an awful thing to be with a black man or men from these black African countries, almost as if it were a curse or a plague to be with one. And you know what? I'm sorry, but when black men also, when they also disrespect you for having had black penis, they also continue to perpetuate that self-hating stereotype. I wanted to bring this up because I thought that it was important to bring this up, right? I was talking with a black man about why do men feel that a woman has lower worth, right? If she has penis. And he was telling me that it is difficult to get a woman to have intercourse with, right? It is easy to get a man to have intercourse with. So they feel that a woman who has a lot of intercourse with men, that her value is low because she is accepting something that is very easy to get. Whereas a man having intercourse with lots of women, that his value goes up because he has had intercourse with lots of women, and women are harder to get, right? Then he went on to say that marriage is the ultimate gift that a man can give a woman, right? So hear this out. Why is it that women don't disrespect men for choosing to get married? As a matter of fact, men disrespect other men for choosing to get married, right? If by this man's logic, if you would disrespect a woman, because for a man, getting married to a woman is quote unquote easy to get. This is what they think. They're like, oh, women always want to get married. They're like, oh, choose me, right? Like, he's like, once a man is, in a marriageable market, all of the women are like, pick me, right? So that means that a man getting married to a woman is easy to get. So why don't women disrespect men for wanting to marry? Why are women not like, oh, look at you, nigga, you want to marry? Ha ha, bitch. I mean, why is it that they don't do that? Why is it that a woman respects a man who is in the market ready to marry? Why is it that men don't respect women who are in the marketplace ready to have intercourse? If she is ready and willing to accept something of value, if your body has value, black man, why is it that a woman being ready and willing to accept your body lowers her worth? Help me understand. If there's somebody who can explain this to me, help me understand. Is there somebody that needs to be put in a timeout? Is there somebody going crazy in the comments? I mean, God, why is it that we can't govern ourselves as adults? I want somebody to answer this question for me. Why? Help me understand why. Sata says it depends on the mindset of the individuals. It may matter if she is married. It may not. It may be purely because the children are by a black man. Why is she concerned? She only mentioned her children. She did not mention a marriage. She said when people go to her page and see her children, that means that there is no man in sight. Because if they see your man, then they know your children are mixed. Doesn't that make sense? If they see your man, then they know that your children are mixed. Apparently, there is no man around. He has left. God, why is it so hard to deduce? Because I bet you now if I go to her page, because her page is right here. I bet you if I go to her page, oh, look at here. I see biracial half black daughters. You know what's missing? Here. What's missing is the black man. Where is the black male face in these pictures? I only see her face and the face of her brown daughters. Where is the Negroid who impregnated her? Where is he? We do not see his face on her page. This is why people are stunned when they see them brown-skinned little girls that she got. God, it's like I don't understand. Anyway, I feel like I've said all that I needed to say. As you know, we got to discuss the self-love lesson from today's video. Come on. Hey, come on. What's the self-love lesson? You know, we got an apple that has come up. After you all give your self-love lessons, I'm going to read the apples. Come on, put your apples in now if you're ready and you want them read on air. If you send them after I'm off air, they'll get read later. But come on. Come on. What is type SLL and let me know the self-love lesson, because after this, I got to go and get my workout in. Today, I'm working on doing my pull-ups and my push-ups and my core strength. That's what I'm working on today. I'm doing a circuit train. I'm doing circuit training. I don't like the word train because, you know, black men done messed up that word too. Come on. Come on, SLL. T-shirt saying, do you heat, black man? Do you heat? Girl, your cape is on fire. Your cape is on fire. You know what? I'm going to have to take that video and cut down the segment of the pick me mating call. Hey, SLL, I want to see the self-love lesson you learned. Don't mess with nakers. They're toxic in all demographics. SLL, don't date men who think their penis is dirty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. SLL, make Tanya cookies. Girl, listen, you vegan too? You send me some vegan cookies, girl. I'll give you my address. Contact me behind the scenes because I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind some vegan cookies. Let me taste some vegan cookie, girl. All right, let's go. SOL, don't listen to what black men say online. I am worthy. Christopher saying, no disrespect, but people are better off staying with their own kind. That's how it should be. I mean, not if your own kind is considering you ran through by being with them. Not if your own kind can protect the children they create. Come on. Hey. Come on. So you're saying she is being devalued because she got a black that didn't stay? Could be. SLL, know your worth. Come on, let me see these self-love lessons. SLL, love yourself. Do you and F everyone. There's no prize when... It went by so quick. Let me see if I can scroll up and see that. SLL, there's no prize when they are leaving their kids all over. No prize at the end of the rainbow. Okay, SLL, let's see. SLL, respect of self is everything. Jazz says, check your email. Girl, what you trying to send me now at the end of the video? Oh, she sent me the NBA draft. Oh, girl, thank you. I needed that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to add that to the next segment of videos we respond to. All right. What glitters isn't always gold. Lauren is saying the self-love lesson is date white men. That's the self-love lesson you gained from today's video. Oh my God. Listen, vet all men. Don't start choosing men based on external characteristics. Choose them based on what it is that they're doing and how they're showing up. Don't put on blinders so that you out here at Proud Boy rallies with your little cafe au lait baby and some man waving a Confederate damn flag. Don't be out here like that. Don't be out here like that, okay? Can you initially control who you're attracted to? Of course, you could. Listen. Listen. People say that all the time until they're attracted to a man who looks like a woman or a woman who looks like a man. Then all of a sudden they control that attraction then, right? Or maybe they don't. Quiet as kept. Like I'm hearing word on the street. SLL, love yourself and know what's good for you. All right. So let's go through the self-love lesson. All right. But first, we are going to, do you hear that? A, A, A. The cash apples are coming through. Some of you are so silly. I see some of your self-love lessons coming through. Fatima sends $25 and says, or is it Fatima? Fatima or Fatima? She sends $25 and says, you are preaching today. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Love Nisha sends $10 and says, for you and those cookies you baked. Man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. He sure did say that about them. He was vulnerable that night, ladies. And he would have gone and yammed on my cookies, but come on. This is not that type of party. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Do I have a book on self-love? I do. You see the two books behind me. I have a self-love. Do I have any near me right here? The Self-Love Affirmations Journal is available on I was going to say YouTube. Is available on Amazon. Go to Amazon, type in Tanya TKO Self-Love, and you will see the book right there. It's $19.99. It's an affirmations workbook where you actually rewrite the affirmations in the book and it rewires your brain for self-love. That's another way that you can support the channel. You can support via Text Notification Squad, getting the book, sending cash apps, and I'm also coming out with a game this Christmas. I'll let you all know how to pre-order. But yes, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is realizing that a lot of what you've been taught has been taught by people who in them exists a brokenness that they teach outward. That there is a self-hatred that lies dormant in a person who feels that their genitals lowers your worth. You have to, and I think that a lot of men need to reevaluate how they think about themselves. Black men need to reevaluate how they think about each other, because you're pushing it onto women to value herself by not being with a black man. Black men convince young ladies of this. And then they get with you when they're young, they dog you out, and then you end up bitter, and they're like, oh, well, you're bitter. They say, oh, you should choose better. When you choose better, they're like, oh, why are you excluding me? Give me a chance. You give them a chance, and then they're like, well, you should have known better. Doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 16 or not. I did a video on Granny, who was her biggest mistake. And thank you to all of the people who have supported that video. You all really have showed up and showed out in support for that video that I created. I'll show you all, for those of you who haven't seen the video. The video I did, let's see, how do I get back to my Instagram page? Let's see. This is the video that I did, right? Where the black woman is talking about getting married being her biggest regret. And you all really came out and you really supported me on this video on TikTok. I don't want to show my page, my phone, some things that come up that you all don't need to see, because I am grown behind the scenes, and some of the things that I send on my phone is not for public consumption. No. So nonetheless, I appreciate you all. Subscribe to me on TikTok. Once I get up to 10,000 subscribers on TikTok, I'll be able to monetize over there. And then watching on TikTok will be another way in which you all can support. So I appreciate that. I'm up to about 6,000 followers right now on TikTok. So I'm building that because Meta is dying. Facebook is dying. Facebook is trying to hold on, but Facebook is just filled with foolishness nowadays. And so I'm building up on TikTok. So TikTok is allowing longer videos as well. And my millennial audience is on TikTok. You know, Facebook is a crumbling infrastructure. They don't support their creators. and they not about it. They not about that life. Sorry. Look, I had 1 million subscribers. I have 1 million followers on Facebook. There's 123 people here from Facebook because Facebook creates all of these controls to stop us from being able to get views on Facebook. So coupon you, Facebook, because I'm moving over to TikTok. Sorry, not sorry. So listen, let me read some more of your comments, and then Janine saying down and dirty. Listen, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. So yes, please go over to TikTok. It's Tanya TKO Show. Some Ukrainian woman has gotten the name Tanya TKO because I was tardy to the party. I didn't think TikTok was really going to take off, but TikTok has surpassed all of these other platforms. So listen, Chico, calm yourself, boy. You ain't ready for what's being shown over there, honey. You ain't ready. So, yes, go to TikTok as Tanya TKO Show. The link should be in the description of this video. TikTok and YouTube does it too. I don't know what you're talking about right there. Karen wants me on all platforms. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Crystal saying she got to get the TikTok app. You know, I have my issues with TikTok as well. So TikTok is ultra conservative. Like, you can't use curse words on TikTok. TikTok has also lowered my views because I put up that video where the pastor said the N-word. They gave me a community guidelines violation because of that. And I'm like, come on, you giving people violations for saying nigga. Come on now, you done lost your damn mind. But that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. This is what I'm saying. Periscope failed. A lot of these things, they come up, and now there's a new one called, what is it called? It's by Isaac Hayes' son. He created a platform for Black creators, I believe. And he's monetizing us over there, and they have given your girl an offer. So I don't see. The thing is, I don't know which of these platforms is going to last. I did not think TikTok was going to last, but it did. And now I'm over there, and my name is Tanya TKO Show over there. I don't use TikTok much either because they are annoying. As soon as you try to get out a video, they start playing another one. And they always got these perverted young white girls on there doing all types of stank looking stuff, and I just be like, I don't want this. I don't want your beaver bump on my phone. I don't want to see you in a yoga split with your beaver bump in the camera. I don't want to see it. Ugh. So yeah, I understand TikTok is annoying as well, but people love TikTok, so I'm creating content of fan base. That's what it's called, fan base. That's the one. And fan base has given your girl an offer to create content over there, so I might be on fan base soon too. If you all are on fan base, let me know because they gave your girl an offer. And I'm like, okay, if you are on fan base, go ahead and put a hand to the air. Throw a hand up in the thing. Let me see. Throw your hand up if you're on fan base. Let me see, because I know exactly. It's just too much on TikTok. They be doing too much. And these TikTok dances, oh my God, they keep coming out with new ones. Oh. And then the girls come and they like, oh, you got to learn how to do this dance. I've been learning too many damn dances, all rolling dice, and I've been learning too much. You get getting down low. It's like, I can't mind. I had to strengthen up my knees to be doing all of this stuff. God. All these new dances, and then they had that one that was like the bunny hop, and all. I was like, God, you can't be serious with this. And then now they got this new dance that's like, it's looking like you falling down to the, and I'm like, you did that on purpose? That's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So most people have never heard of it. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If you never heard of it, put up a 0. If you are there, put up the number 2. Let me see some of these numbers. Come on. Come on. Let's see. If you never heard of it, put up a 0. If you have heard of it, put up a 2. I mean, you all out there, if you got some tweens in your house, you got TikTok dancers in your house, and they don't understand. I'm old. I'm not going to say I'm old, but I'm too old to be doing all of that. I can't be doing all these damn new dances when they come out. Okay, never heard of it. Oh wow, most people have never heard of it. Maybe that's why they gave me the offer, because they want people to hear about it. Now I've already promoted them. So I better go take my offer. So it looks like only 1 out of 100 of my base. 2 out of 100. Okay. 3 out of 100. I see somebody put up some comment talking about some cooking. What you talking about over here? Y'all be having y'all little side conversations. So there's somebody named Chico who's like, Jesus, Jesus, please bless me in Jesus' name. Amen. I got what you want. I got what you need. Can get all you need, all in me. Thank you, God. Amen. I see you. I cook too. Honey, if you over there talking about Jesus, you don't have what I need, and we not a good match. You and Jesus can enjoy whatever it is that you all got going on, but you don't know what I need. If you over there talking about Jesus, baby, you better be let me keep my mouth shut, because I know how much of us black people love us some Jesucristo. I know how much we love us some Jeebus. So you go on. You go right on ahead. But no man talking about religion and the church. I don't even if you come here talking about Allah, if you're talking about Allah and Hare Krishna, no, if you come to me talking about religion, you're not with me. You don't got what I need. Oh baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. You say he's baby, you. I don't know the beat. I don't know. I'm messing up the whole song. But listen, no, I'm sorry. No. No. A religious man is not the man for me. So nope. Listen, I'm out of here. You all got me on here now saying things that's gonna make people angry, and then I'm gonna get the people trying to throw their holy water on me and anoint me. So let me go on. Let me get the heck out of here. Oh, baby, you. He does not want me because he does not know me. If he's been watching all this time and he does not know that I'm not a Christian and I am against religion, organized religion, then he does not know me. This is the thing. Men see a little smooth skin, some plump lips, or maybe a big bottom in the back, and they think that you're supposed to be the right woman for them. Any man who has ever spent any time watching my channel, this is what I'm saying. My videos are here. My video is here. I have a video that gives the details of when I lost my religion. I read the Bible. It was the Bible that turned me away from Christianity. I started reading at Genesis. By the time I got to the story of Job, I was a Christian no more. But that's not what this video is about. Listen. I will talk to... Sending you a blessed ATM card. If you want to mail me an ATM card, Patriot, you can do that. My address is on my website. You can mail it right there. And I will do right by your ATM card. I will make sure that I get all the organic groceries I can. I'm not very materialistic, so I'm not going to be buying too many things, but I'll make sure I'll make sure your money is well eaten. All right. I will see you all in the next video, because we've already finished our topic for today. We can come out and have another conversation if we need to. But I will see you. What? Hey, wait. I told my coworker I have a boyfriend and he still pursues me. Meanwhile, he has 3 kids and a baby mama, a Christian man. Listen, Kate is coming in all late on the video talking about who's worth lowers. You know who's. Listen. Oh, baby, you. I'll see you all in the next video. Got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. I'll see you all later. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby.